Let's read question number 3. A music industry producer wondered whether there is difference in lengths. So this is telling me what we need to test of rhythms and blues songs versus alternate songs. So there are two kind of songs, rhythm and blues songs versus alternative songs. He obtained a random sample of 30 songs in each music category. So that means N1 is given to be 30, N2 is also given to be 30. The results are listed below. Now, even though N1 and N2 are same, there is no connection between the songs in the first category and to the songs of the second category. So these are independent samples. Okay. Difference in their lengths. So that means we need to check the difference of the means. The results are listed below. Test whether the length of the rhythm and blues songs is different from the length of alternative songs. So that means alternative hypothesis is to check if mu1 is not equal to mu2. Null hypothesis is if mu1 is equal to mu2. That is the testing, our hypothesis. So we need to, what are we given with? X bar, that is the sample mean for the rhythm and blue category, 242.7 seconds, and their standard deviation. Similarly, alternative songs sample mean length and their standard deviation that's given. So let's check all your requirements, right? Now the first requirement is random sample. So they said it is random sample, we are good. Second condition is the samples are independent. They are independent because there is no connection between two samples. For the third requirement, both the samples are more than or equal to 30, but in this case they are just 30. So that's large enough. We do not need to check your normality. The last one, although both are large samples, but they're still smaller than 5% of your population. So that means what we are saying, our requirements are verified. We are good, right? So these are independent samples and we are checking the mean. That means we need to run two sample t-test on your calculator. So let's open our calculators. Go to stat, go to test. Two sample t-test is at number 4. We are given with the stats still here in this question. So we're going to keep highlighting the stats. X1 is 242.7. S1 is 26.9. X bar alternate X2 bar is 238.3 and S alternate is 28.9. Okay. Oh, I entered N1. N1 is 30. X2 bar is 238.3 and S alternate is 28.9. N2 is also 30. What are we testing? Mu1 is not equal to mu2. So highlight that. Data is not pooled. Go to calculate. So this is what we get. Let's note down our results. We have test statistic T naught is equal to 0.610 and P value is equal to 0.543. What's given? Level of significance. Level of significance is given 0.1. That means alpha is 0.1. And you can check clearly here P value is more than alpha. So that is going to tell me do not reject H naught. Yes. So that is good enough for telling the decision. But we are going to practice our critical region drawing. We have to draw two-tailed critical region because it's not equal to, right? So two tails here. This value would be negative t alpha by 2. Alpha is 0.1, so this is 0.05. This is t 0.05 with degrees of freedom equal to the smaller value of minimum of N1 minus 1 and N2 minus 1. What is N1 and N2? Both of them are 30. So N1 minus 1 is 29 and N2 minus 1 is 29 too. So minimum value is 29. So degrees of freedom is 29. So let's look in our column formula chart. In 29 row, what do we have for our 0.05 column? We have, this is our value, 1.699. So let's write that down. We have our critical value to be 1.699 and this is 1.699, positive and negative because they are symmetric, right? Where is my test statistic lying? 0.610, I think it's lying here, right? Test statistic 0.610. It's smaller than 1.699 for sure. So according to the classical approach, we say that test statistic is not in the critical region or the rejection region. So we are going to say do not reject H naught. Okay. So this is our decision. If we are not rejecting H naught, that means we are rejecting alternate hypothesis. So if we are rejecting alternate hypothesis, what was alternate hypothesis? It was that mu1 is not equal to mu2. So we are rejecting that, right? So that means we are going to say there is insufficient evidence to test whether the length of the rhythm songs is different from the length of alternative songs. So we are going to write our conclusion in basic English language. Because we are rejecting H naught, there is insufficient evidence to support that what? That claim is your written in the question. What was that? The length of rhythm and blues songs is different from length of alternative songs. At which level? 0.1 level of significance. Okay, so your conclusion always have to be in the terms of alternate hypothesis. We are rejecting alternate hypothesis, so there is insufficient evidence to conclude that.